widow of Hollow Creek. It was almost midnight when Danny Coleman came walking down the Old County Road, a duffel bag slung over his shoulder, headed home after his shift at the mill. His steps were quick, too quick, like a man trying to outrun something he couldn't name. But the moment he came within sight of the well at the edge of Hollow Creek, his whole body went cold with sweat. Just walk past it. Don't look. Don't stop. He'd heard the stories his whole life. Every kid in town had. But he'd never believed them until his legs stopped listening to him right there on the gravel shoulder. Then he heard it. The soft, unmistakable jingle of bracelets, like someone shifting their weight in the dark. Danny froze. Something brushed his shoulder. He turned, heart slamming against his ribs, and found a woman standing behind him, a black veil draped over her face, silent as the fog rolling off the creek. Before he could scream, she raised her hand to his face and twisted his neck in one motion. He dropped to the gravel and didn't move again. By morning, a crowd had gathered at the well. "That's the fifth one this year," said old Earl Whitaker, shaking his head. "Told everybody, nobody walks past that well after dark. Not people, not livestock. Something out there's got a taste for blood." "I say it's the widow," someone muttered. "The widow of Hollow Creek." So the town did what small towns do when they're afraid and out of answers. They built a shrine. No statue, no name carved in stone, just a little wooden altar by the well where folks could leave offerings and hope whatever walked out there at night would be satisfied. It wasn't. 3 months earlier, long before Danny Coleman ever crossed that well, a young woman named Rachel Ford sat alone in the dark at 2:30 in the morning, a small fire burning in a shallow pit beside her, her face hidden beneath a black shawl. Nobody came near the well after dark anymore. The fear made sure of that, which was exactly why she'd chosen this hour. She'd brought a rooster, its legs bound with rope. A cracked skull sat beside the fire. Filled with animal blood, she poured slowly into the flames while she murmured words she'd copied out of an old book nobody was supposed to still own. "You need to wake up," she whispered. "I won't leave here tonight until you do. Take this. Take it and rise." She lifted the bound rooster and, in one clean motion, ended its life, letting the blood spill into the fire. The air changed. A low hum seemed to rise from the ground itself, like something breathing out for the first time in years. The water in the well stirred though there was no wind. Rachel turned, and the veiled woman stood there, watching her. "Go," the figure said, voiced like wine through dead branches. "Finish what they started. I want what's owed to me." As if she'd been waiting her whole death for permission, the figure turned and drifted toward town, stopping outside a small house on Miller Street. "Knock, knock. Who in God's name is banging on the door at 3 in the morning?" grumbled a man inside, shuffling toward the entrance half asleep. His name was Wyatt Miller, and he'd regret opening that door for the rest of his very short life. The knocking came again, more insistent. "I'm coming, I'm coming." He opened the door, and the color drained from his face. A woman in a veil stood on his porch. A gust of wind lifted the fabric from her face just enough for him to see what was underneath. Skin rotted and sunken, eyes rolled back to solid white. Wyatt screamed and tried to slam the door shut, but it wouldn't budge. He turned to run, but her hands were already around his throat. One twist, and it was over. What she did to his face afterward, no one in the house wanted to describe when they found him the next morning. His younger brother, Cole Miller, held his brother's photograph that night and wept until his mother finally spoke. "Don't cry, baby. God just wrote this into our family story, I guess. First your older brother passed, now Wyatt." "Mom, this wasn't natural," Cole said. "You didn't see his face. Something, did this on purpose. I'm going to find whoever's responsible. I swear to God I will." 13 days later, after Wyatt's funeral rites were finally finished, the house had gone quiet. Cole was asleep on a mattress in his mother's room when, at almost exactly 3 a.m., the same knocking came at the front door. He checked the clock, confused, then got up quietly so as not to wake his mother. When he opened the door, the same veiled woman was waiting. This time she didn't hesitate. Her hand shot toward his throat and twisted. He was gone before he could even cry out. The funeral for Cole happened the next day, but the deaths didn't stop there. 13 days after Cole's rites were completed, the family found his mother's body in the yard, her face torn apart the same way. And now there was no one left in the family to bury her. No children, no husband, no one. Whatever's cursed this family took all three of them, neighbors whispered at the gathering. That wasn't a normal death. Something evil did this. Standing at the edge of the crowd, still veiled in black, was Rachel, though now her eyes carried something new. Fear. This wasn't supposed to happen. I only wanted her to take the two of them. Why did she take the mother too? Did I do something wrong? That night, Rachel returned to the well, the same bundle in her hands, planning to calm the spirit she'd woken. But on her way there, she saw a man riding his bike past the well in the dark. The jingling sound rose again, and the veiled figure appeared right in front of him. He fell off his bike in terror, and she tore into him exactly as she had the others. His screams echoed through the whole town. Rachel ran, her whole body shaking. I have to stop her. If I don't, everyone who walks near that well is going to die. She tried for weeks to calm the spirit down, but instead of the deaths slowing, they kept climbing. 3 months after that first ritual, Rachel sat at the well again, desperate, having watched too many strangers die in front of her. Your revenge is finished, she said, voice trembling. You can rest now. Stop hurting these people. The ones who wronged you are already gone. The wind kicked up suddenly, as if the spirit wanted her to feel its presence. The little lamp Rachel had lit blew out, and the jingling sound circled her again. She turned, and there the woman stood, veil finally gone, her ruined face twisted with rage, staring straight at her. You have to stop, Rachel begged. You can't keep killing people like this. I only woke you so you could get justice, not so you could take innocent lives. For months before that, in a house at the far end of town, grief hung over every room. The eldest son had died not long after his wedding, leaving behind 2 younger brothers, and a young widow neither of them could stop staring at. Her name was Emily, and she sat locked in her room, crying into her pillow when someone began pounding on her door. The sound made her flinch back against the wall. She didn't answer. 2 men broke the door down anyway. We've been knocking for 10 minutes. You think locking a door keeps us out? Please, don't do this, Emily begged. I'm your sister-in-law. That's supposed to mean something. Quiet. You're still part of this family. Our brother's gone, so now you belong to us. Might as well stop crying. They advanced on her like something had come loose in both of them. Emily shoved past and bolted out the door, the 2 men chasing her through the yard and down the road toward the old well at Hollow Creek. With nowhere left to run and no way to protect herself, she jumped. She jumped in the well. So she jumped. Let's get out of here before somebody sees us. If anyone finds out, they'll say we killed her. They ran. Emily's little sister, Rachel Ford, would spend years afterward, knowing exactly why her sister had died and exactly who was responsible. And she swore, standing over an empty grave with no body to bury, that she would make them pay. Rachel eventually did exactly that, using rituals from an old, forbidden book to wake her sister's restless spirit and turn her loose on the men who'd caused her death. But what she hadn't understood, what nobody ever tells you about raising the dead, is that a spirit wakened by hatred doesn't stay loyal to the hand that woke her. Rachel sat trembling in her room that night, when at 1:30 a.m. someone knocked on her door. Who could possibly be here this late? She opened it, and there was her sister, the veil finally lifted. Wait, no, listen to me. You can't hurt me. I woke you up so you could get justice. Please, come back to yourself. There's no coming back. the spirit said. The dead don't recognize family. Not anymore. Rachel had given her sister the power to take her revenge. In the end, she became just another name on the list. The spirit reached out and twisted her neck, same as all the others. A few final screams, and then Hollow Creek fell silent again. It said the town emptied out not long after. Families packed up in the night and never came back, leaving the well and its shrine to rot alone at the edge of the woods. But locals still say that if you drive that county road late enough, past the tree line where the creek bends, you might hear the faint jingle of bracelets in the dark. And if you do, whatever you do, don't stop the car.